Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is an Adventures with Plastic Crack, and I have a Barbie 57 Chevy. Now, I don't have the panel from the other side. Maybe I do. So this is one of the full box panels from the original box. I got this for Christmas and probably in 1989. I was really little because that's when this came out. So I have the blue one. This came out with as part of the accessories and sets for Cool Times Barbie and Friends. So we have Cool Times Barbie and Christy and Teresa and Midge on the box. Ken is nowhere to be found because I guess he doesn't fit in the car as well. So I've had this for 32 years now, I guess. And I had the entire box, but a couple of years ago I was trying to downsize the amount of cardboard and junk I had, and the box was getting pretty tattered, so I saved this panel and I keep it on my shelf behind my styling heads. The other side of the box is just the same, and then the side panels just had the pink with the Barbie 57 Chevy logo on it, and it used to have a Dare sticker on it, and I was like, I don't want this ugly ass sticker. So my 57 Chevy, I got it for Christmas when I was really little, probably 1989, so I would have been a few days shy of turning 7, I guess. Because my birthday's on Christmas Eve. So, the way that this comes packaged is the blue unit is attached to a pink plastic base, and all the other parts are separate. So I think the tires came as like 4 things set out on like a plastic sheet, and you break them off. And then the chrome pieces were all separate and they had to be snapped in, and then the stickers were on a sheet and they had to be put on. And then the seat belts would have been punched out, and then the seats would have been put in separate. So I was all excited and I wanted to assemble it, and my dad wouldn't let me do it and assembled it himself. And I've always been kind of bitter about that. I used to have to routinely pop the windshield off and take the wheels off and store it in the box. Some of that was because we had a housing situation for a while, and I had to store some of my toys like in a storage space. So I think the 57 Chevy got put away, and or other stuff was stored in the box for a while. So mine is in ill repair, and I've been wanting to restore it for a while, but I'm going to show you what the state of it is. So here's my 57 Chevy. Is that cracked? Oh, it's the dirty seam. Okay. Let me move this back a little bit and make sure that's still kind of in focus. So mine is oxidized, this really lovely blue color, which I think... No, it's oxidized there too. I'm just trying to see if anything is original. I think this is almost original here, but it's faded. But then the rest of this is oxidizing to this sort of green color. And I'd say that the original paint would have been roughly the color of whatever's left here. So the windshield is a separate piece that always falls out. Mine is exceedingly scuffed. I used to have my dolls piled into the seats and they'd fly down the stairs all the time. I wouldn't let go of it, but it'd be sort of one of these like mew kind of things. Also, around the time that I got this car, the B-52's Love Shack was on MTV all the time, and I just associated that with it got me a Chrysler. It seats about 20, because we had a Chrysler New Yorker at the time. We called it the White Knight, and that and this car and that song were kind of all linked in my head. And remember, I was little at the time. The rear view mirror got broken, so I threw it out decades ago, and the stickers, you see the The headlight sticker came off on that side. There's some of the stickers are taped on. There's some tape here and gum from tape. These are faded as well. But paper stickers on the seats. This is still dusty too. I don't have it in a I don't have it in a case. I need to get an acrylic display case to keep the dust from like pouring in there. But anyway, this seat is adjustable. It's got like little tabs on it on the inside, so you can get it in the there we go. So you can push it in all the way, and then you slide it back like a ½ inch to be able to put Barbie in it. Now the steering wheel comes out. This is a little bit faded, I think, unless the other plastic is oxidizing, and it's got a little snap there that's broken. And I don't have all of the stickers from the dashboard. I'm missing a little gauge over here. I had seen at some point like a decal reproduction set that I wanted to buy, but I'm like, well, I need to buy a rear view mirror for this thing. So it has a faux rag top cover here, and these pieces all just snap in. The trunk does work. It's got a little tab on it, and it's gotten stiff with age, so not only is it oxidizing, but it's gotten a little bit brittle. And you can see here originally there's some stress marks because the trunk hinges never really worked properly. But I found that if I pull it out and then pop it, see, it kind of comes out there. Like, you can take it off all the way. And it's not quite as oxidized in here, so you can see the original color. So this is a little bit discolored, but not as bad as the rest of it. And it's just gotten worse over the years. I actually took this in a thin pillowcase to show and tell in first grade, and people were like making fun of me, but people always made fun of me in school, so it's nothing really new. So I've got a couple of these saved in here. I've got the other headlight, and I've got the license plate here. It just says Barbie. Let me see if I can get in here on that. There we go. So there's the license plate from the back, and then the other headlight sticker that I saved. And there's a taillight sticker there as well. So this is all chromed, and you can see that the chrome has been peeling off. I don't know why there was a piece of tape on here, possibly to keep the trunk shut, I'm not sure. But I need to like repaint all the chrome. These pieces are snapped in too. But let me put this back up for a second, and I'm going to show the underside of the car. I should point out too, this seat is snapped in, but it doesn't move. And these seat belts, there used to be 4 of them. At some point I lost one of them. Let me get the focus. And it's got little slots to put the seat belts in. So ideally you'd put it around the doll, and they would have seat belts. Again, I'm missing one of them. I don't know what happened to it. It's probably got eaten by a mouse up in the barn or something. I don't know. But there's room there for the feet, and then down in there where there's still some dust. And then it goes the frickin'... You can see down in there where the feet go, and you can see a little bit of the metal part where the axle goes. So let me put this back here. I should also point out that even these doors are non-opening. They're just kind of pressed into the mold. It's a 2-door, so there's just sort of this like a window. We can pretend to roll the window. And same here. There's sort of a pretend door there where the seat would go. It didn't have any side windows that came with it, just the windshield, which again comes out really easily. and then stickers up here, and then this border was painted on. What I had wanted to do to fix this was get some of that stuff that like fills in scratches in windows to fix this, because it is really, really scratched up. That's what happens when you get a toy when you're still in like first grade and you play the shit out of it. So it does roll, fully rolling land yacht here. Chromed white walls. This is actually like probably the most elegant car that Barbie's ever had. Oh, it's got little like chrome air jet things on the nose there. A big grin. So this one falls out all the time because it's just, I think one of these was pretty bent. It might have been this one. But this metal is cheap, so it's kind of corroded. These are really dusty. Really dusty. In theory, you could pop these off, but it would have come like separately. So you can see here, there's like a spider web or some shit, in the wheel well, that the axle just snaps into the plastic. So let me fix that again. Doesn't really snap anymore, but it would spin, but now I've got it like gravitationally challenged. So you can see how dirty these and scuffed up the plastic on these tires is, because I played with this so much on uncarpeted flooring. You can see where the back seat snaps in and the front seat slidey thing, and these deep wells here are for screws to hold the top and the bottom together. I used to like stick my fingers in there because obviously why wouldn't you when you're little. Some screws for the back, and then here's this other slightly rustier cheap metal thing for the axle. So you can see that maybe this is the bent one. See if I can get this out of here. It's so brittle now. Just old. I feel like this is the one that was bent. So that's how that goes on. And I think this pink is kind of oxidized. It looks a little dirty. I mean, it's dirty, but it's not quite yellow. There's some like staining here, but it's not like a pristine pink color. Now, so this came out in 1989. These stickers are trying to escape. And was originally blue and not this kind of crusty hospital green. Looks a little better on film than in reality. In 1991, with the lights and lace set, they had a pink one, and the pink one had white seats and a white interior. I don't know if the sides of the interior were pink, but the seats were white on the pink car, and the pink was sort of this color pink. And I'm guessing the bottom of that car was pink as well. And that was the only other one that they sold that I'm aware of. So I don't have that. I used to have Lights and Lace Barbie, but right now I have Lights and Lace Christy. So I'm just going to put her in the car so you can kind of see how this works. Try to get in here a little bit. Okay. Again, this is old, so it keeps trying to tip over. It's as far back as it goes. It's also because you want their legs to be able to get in where the steering wheel is. Alright. Get her boots in the wheel well. Oh, wait, it goes this way. As if I know how to use seat belts. Trying to get it in the... It's been a while. Hold on. That's what happens when you play with shit that's old and it hasn't been touched in like 10 years. Okay, now it's in there. And then it goes in the top. Okay. You know what's good is with the Superstar body, they can actually hold on to the steering wheel. So it looks like she's actually driving the car. It's back in focus. Let me take it off of the stand. Alright, so we have the seat belt connecting there. Right, we have the Superstar arms working on the steering wheel here. There. And then her legs go down into the interior. Let me get my flashlight. You can kind of see down in there better. Get the pinpoint on the end. Yeah, that's better. Down in there. See if I could focus that better. Okay, there we go. Let's try this now. Yeah, that's the view we wanted. Okay. Alright. So then on this side, where the seatbelt comes down, and then there she is. Alright. So here's Christy. As you can see, the proportion is she's sitting up. I mean, some of that's like the padding on her butt, but you can see that as with this one, that their face is sticking up above the windshield. Alright, so that's all I have for the 57 Chevy. If someone has a rear view mirror they want to hook me up with, because I'm missing it, I would love that. And at some point I need to figure out how to get rid of the oxidization on the blue. I saw some guy repairing a clear Game Boy Color, and he had like peroxide solution and a UV lamp, but I don't know if that would ruin the blue or if it would just get rid of the oxidation. And then I'd need some kind of chrome paint, or like a water dip chrome covering, and I'd have to like unscrew it and carefully pop all these tabs out. But I would like to restore this at some point. I mean, I've had it since I was little. It's been with me for 32 years, and I'd like to see it looking a little bit more like that. And again, I need to get like a new decal set and like glue them on or whatever. But basically it needs windshield filling. I'm also missing a seat belt, so if someone's got a seat belt, I kind of need that too. Now, I said that there was only the blue one and only the pink one with the white seats. Let me put this down for a second. I saw an ivory 57 Chevy once, and it was in the background of some of the photos for Barbie collector dolls. And I want to say it was probably the Barbie fashion model collection, but I can't remember. I used to keep, I used to have like 12 binders stuffed with images I had cut out and glued on to like double-sided copy paper, and then put in like those plastic sheets of all kinds of photos I'd collected, you know, because that was before I had a computer of my own. And I don't have those anymore, so I don't remember what it was, but it was probably around 20 years ago. There was like a company prop, like sample of an ivory colored 57 Chevy. And I did a quick Google search and I couldn't find it, and I didn't feel like looking through like dozens and dozens of pages of Barbie collector photos to see if I could find it again. But somewhere in that range, and possibly that collection, something fancy and expensive looking and sort of retro. But there was an ivory one at some point that was never available on the market as far as I know. But I've seen a couple. I was Googling this to see if I could find like a picture, a stock photo of the pink one. Because Christy didn't come with her box. She only came with her liner and the front panels. So I didn't have the back of the box to show it. But the pink one's easy to find. The number for this one is 3561, and I'm assuming the pink one from 1991 has a different factory number. But I've seen some custom ones in like a purple and a dark blue, and someone had painted it green that looked pretty similar to this green, but was actually paint, because I could see a little paint splotch on the chrome. So eventually at some point I'm hoping to restore this. And as is, it's as complete as I was able to keep it, and in heavily played with but not destroyed condition. So it's redeemable, but it needs help, let's put it that way. There's a lot of plastic from the 80s and 90s, hard plastic, that's oxidized. I had a vanity that came in one of the cases that I bought. I gave it away earlier this year. It was a lot of the pink will oxidize to like a peachy, orangey yellow color. And the brand new 1992 I got dust. The Totally Hair Barbie styling head, the pink plastic base, that's the same kind of plastic, was oxidized like on like half of the front of it, but I painted over that anyway, so it's not really a problem. But I've got some oxidization, yellowing on the front part of the torso of like the chest and neck of my 1995 Solo in the Spotlight Barbie. And actually on my size Barbie's oxidizing too, but she's from 2008, so that's kind of moot to this discussion. But anyway, so that was my 57 Chevy. Lately I've just been sticking my 17-inch Endless Hair Kingdom Asha in it until I can finish working on her. And it's just been getting dusty over on the shelf with all my little like Dazzle and McDonald's Barbies. So if you want to see more adventures with Plastic Crack, or if you want to donate any parts to my Chevy, or funding for future projects or dolls or accessories for unboxing, that's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, or you can email me. Everything's through the Linktree, linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. I have an entire Adventures with Plastic Crack playlist, and I have a folder with some dolls that I worked on in my DeviantArt gallery if you want to see some larger images, the still photos. I've got other art that I've made, so I've got psychedelic stuff, portraits, fashion, animals, mythical creatures, and so on. I know that sounded kind of uppity, but sometimes I just talk like that. I'm pretty crass a lot of the time. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by my accent. I actually got made fun of once for having an aristocratic laugh, because it actually sounded a lot like I think Taran Killam in the SNL sketch where it's like the Real Housewives, but it's the Disney princesses, and he was the prince, and he was like, ah ha 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 ha. I used to get made fun of for laughing like that by a particular person that I know. So I have psychedelic artwork and non-psychedelic artwork, merch, prints, actual pieces, including plushies and foam lotus stuff, drawings, etchings, paintings, watercolor. I think there's a chalk pastel or two in there. different traditional media on Etsy. There's a coupon code 3star17, get 17% off your purchase of 3 or more items. I'm not selling any dolls right now, but I have a couple of parts over there on Etsy, so if you want 3 full and 1 empty Totally Hair Barbie Dep styling gel tubes and a little one of those little pamphlets that has the hairstyles in it, that's over on Etsy. And then I have a 1988 pink dinner date fashion. It's got the hair bow, the jacket, the dress, and shoes. I don't think it has a purse. I think it's just the dress, the jacket, the hair bow, and the shoes. So that's over on Etsy too. I think they're like, I think the dinner date fashion is $11, and then I think the Dep tubes are $22, and that's including shipping. So basically, the shipping is free. Essentially, you're just paying for the shipping, and like a couple bucks extra for, you know, handling the products. So those are available. That's the only doll stuff that I have right now, or just in general, if you like doll things, you might like my fashion designs. So those are around about there. So everything through the link tree, linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, because it helps me out for free. Check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye. Off.